Hello there. Can everybody hear me? Can I get a thumbs up? Just make sure the technology is working. So if you hello, if you just put something in your chat box there, just put yes if you can hear me. We've still got attendees coming on, so I'm just going to delay it a few minutes. Okay, I think we're okay. Can somebody put in your chat box that you can hear the audio and the screen is coming through? Okay. I think that's most people. Just bear with me a second and I'll get my phone just to make sure I've got a backup. Just bear with me. Okay, so you should all be able to see my screen and be able to see and hear. So that's first thing first. We'll just make sure the technology is definitely working, because it can be the biggest bane if your technology is not working. So everything seems to be on track. So I'm going to start. I haven't got much feedback at the moment though, because I'm just seeing if the chat box is working. Yes, good, fantastic. Stuart, John, thank you, Donald. That's brilliant. So we can get started then. It's always the bane of any online business when you're making sure your technology works. So I will just literally crack on. I will take the webcam off in a minute because I think it might be a little bit distracting. But essentially, thank you for attending this today. This is a course put together in a very short period of time, and it really is a complete free masterclass to help businesses out there in this crisis. And I'm going to show you how you can skyrocket your leads and your inquiries by using unorthodox, simple set and forget Facebook ads without getting too techy. So my aim is to help businesses out there hit the ground running, not only out of the crisis time, but also now as well. So this is not an easy time for any business. We've had to shut our doors to business. My husband runs a window business, and on the 24th of March, we literally had to shut the doors. All the suppliers have shut down, and so I do fully appreciate how this feels for a lot of businesses. I'm not just talking just talking nonsense. I do actually know as a family business how this actually feels. And despite the help from the government, this may or may not be enough to pay your staff, your bills. I mean, some companies out there may feel that they're quids in, but I'm sure many of you don't. Long story, but there are a few percentages that fall outside of all the categories, and my husband's in the 5% that is not entitled to very much. But that's not about us today. This is about you and your business, and literally, yes, it's going to help, there's no doubt about it, but there's also the worry of how you're going to cope when all these regulations ease off. There are businesses out there that may thrive or may not thrive, and I'm going to cover that. But it's literally, how do we suddenly pick up the pieces after all this is over? And it's a worry that people may not spend after the crisis. Okay, we might all rush out and go to the pub or go to the restaurants because we've been locked in for so long. But what about those people who are selling high-end products like cars, construction, roofs, windows? Are there going to be enough clients now who can afford your services? So it's all a real worry about the future. So I'd like to know what businesses you're in, if you could sort of put it out there. Are you an accountant, hairdresser, dog trainer? It'd be nice to just know who I'm talking to. I do know some of your names. So over a period of time, obviously, yeah, okay. Katrina, yeah, double glazing. I spoke to Katrina yesterday. Anybody else out there that's going to disclose what they do? Hairdresser, okay. Real estate, okay. All right, I'm getting some feedback, so that's good, it's coming through. So basically, this is for you if you are running a business. You could be local or national. You could be selling business to consumer. business to business, or more importantly, what I like to say is person to person, because I hear so many people say, I don't use Facebook ads because I sell business to business. Well, you're not really, you're selling person to person. It's a social media platform, and we do connect. Business to business certainly works on Facebook. So also it's for you, if you're fed up of getting inconsistent leads and inquiries, you need fresh leads almost every day, and you're really a bit fed up with your other marketing ways. They don't seem to be bringing you in the consistency you need. And maybe you're feeling your current ways of getting clients are unreliable. They're not trackable, so you don't really know what you're spending. Are you getting a good return on your ROI? It could be costly, and maybe you just feel unsatisfied. And you want to pick and choose your clients at better prices. I mean, my husband's in an industry where people do squabble over prices. I deal with clients, and they seem to think bringing the prices down is the best answer. It's not always seriously the best answer for you or your client. This is also for you if you've tried Facebook ads and failed. I must admit, when I tried them 2 or 3 times and I could not get them to work. You have to learn the tricks. I'm not saying after this training you're going to go out and become an absolute wizard. I might just turn my webcam on because I think it might be distracting. Okay. You've been an absolute wizard and you're going to suddenly make millions. No, that's not the case. You do need to learn the basics. They're probably the easiest form of online marketing, ways than Google Ads, but maybe you've tried them, maybe you've failed, but don't let that put you off, because that's actually quite normal, believe it or not. Also, you think social media doesn't suit your business. I can tell you it does suit most businesses, and we'll come on to that. And you may be wondering what you can do right now to help your business and your situation in this current crisis. So things you can do right now. I am going to come onto Facebook ads, but I have to lay the foundations down. I can't just suddenly dive onto the platform and show you how to use ads when we don't get this basics behind us. I will be doing live training tomorrow, setting up ads right in front of your eyes, which should be really, really useful for you, unbelievably useful. So what can you do right now? Well, many of you still may be able to operate from home. There's businesses out there that can do quotes. Obviously, you can do Skype, Zoom calls. You can nurture your clients now and make sure that the quotes turn into deposits and orders by the time we get out of this crisis. And also, you know, just say you're a guitar teacher, for instance. My guitar teacher, he's now operating from Skype. You can sort of twist and diversify what you do. Now, a lot of people out there are just sitting back and doing nothing at all, thinking this is a holiday and it's, you know, it's great. But really, this should be a time where you re-engage and nurture your present and past customers. So maybe a lot of you have got databases out there. Get those databases, email your clients, nurture them and bring them back into life, or some of them, when this crisis is over. And a way to do that is lowering your offers. So maybe you could offer a discount, say this is hard times for you now, or so you can't go and get your hair cut now, or you know, you're basically lower your price a little bit to try and fill your pipeline when things resume. I do see a lot of clients out there. One of my clients is literally waiting until it's all over and hoping things will get back to normal as soon as possible. But it's all about nurturing your customers' emails, newsletters, and also a great way of doing this is Facebook ads. So lower your prices. Is anybody out there doing anything at the moment, or you're sitting back and waiting for it all to be over? Stuart says yes. Stuart Brown. Okay, you are doing things. Okay, so that's good. So basically, make sure when we finish, get out of this crisis, you've got your pipeline as full as it can be. And also, if you can diversify, obviously restaurants are doing this, they're offering takeaways. If you do nails, this is an opportunity to actually think about doing things online. So if you sort of do nails, or you know, you do dog walking, you could obviously think about, obviously you need to learn the tricks, but do online courses. Maybe it's an opportunity for you to think outside the box of what you could actually do with your business. But the most important things, don't sit back, do as much as you can from home, keep your clients happy, re-engage with them, quote where you can, and do things differently where you can. Now, there are going to be some businesses out there this is just impossible. Like if you're a hairdresser, you just can't cut people's hair. If you're a dentist, you can't obviously do people's teeth. So I'm talking about just in your particular industry, think outside the box and just don't sit and do nothing. I mean, I'll come on to this, but basically, if there's not a lot you can do at the minute, make sure you educate yourself to be in a more powerful position when we sort of get over this crisis. So that's the last comment. Be ready to pounce when we reopen. So very quickly about myself, I think it's nice for you to know who you're talking to. I'm Elaine Sanderson. I've set up 3 successful businesses over the last 20 years. The first one was in digital photography, and we ran online courses when the whole world went digital. I ran a car polish business. I set up and sold a car polish business. And now I do help my husband in his window business. I'm more of a marketing person now and taking a back seat because I now run my Zing lead agency where I help businesses get leads, inquiries for their businesses worldwide. I've got clients in Australia, England and America. So it doesn't really matter where my clients are. I help them get leads. I help them convert them. I really regard myself as a Facebook and Google expert. I've used Google AdWords for 18 years. Google's a bit of a different beast to Facebook, a bit of a harder one to teach. But I'm also a mentor and a coach and an author and a contributor to magazines. I'm also a speaker at events. So I've run my own training courses to help various industries in the photography niche and other niches bring leads and inquiries into their businesses. So before we get onto the Facebook ads, which is coming really, really soon, I've got to lay the foundation on what you're doing now and why maybe it's not working, because this will make you realize why Facebook ads are so different. So maybe you've tried magazine advertising. I've tried it. I know lots of my clients have tried it. You chuck a load of adverts into magazines, you don't know where they're going, really can be very expensive and very hard to track your investment. So when the phone rings, unless you continuously ask, where did you hear of me from? It's really hard to track. Leaflet dropping, again, can be really expensive, hard to organise, and you're throwing a leaflet into everybody's door and you really don't know whether they're the right market, the right person that you're trying to target. So again, very random. Posting on social media, I see many of my clients say, well, I have got my social media manager, I pay £400 a month. He posts or she posts on my page. Well, I often say to them, that's a complete real waste of money. I might be upsetting a few people here if you have got a social media manager, but it takes a lot of effort from you, or you have to pay somebody to do it, and not everybody sees that post. You may have a page with 100 likes or 3,000 likes, but keep in mind only 1 to 2% of those likes ever see those posts unless you pay to boost them. Google Ads, great. I'm a massive believer of Google Ads. I've used it a long time, but it's very hard to learn. It's costly and it can be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. And you're not paying for leads, you're paying for clicks only. And when I say leads, I mean people's names, postcodes, phone numbers, emails. They're proper leads, solid leads. You're paying for clicks only. Local SEO, fantastic, but I'm not going to go through any of that on this course purely because when we come out of this crisis, it takes time and effort, and your website may not be ranked for 6 months, a year if you're quite new or you haven't done any work on your SEO. And other lead agencies, a lot of people, my clients use other lead agencies in the window industry. We've got Quotatis, Leads to Trade, tried them all. Expensive, not very user friendly, not very, what shall I say, customer service isn't the best. And you may be 1 out of 4 that gets that lead, so you're all scrabbling to the finish line. So now you've heard the introduction, I'm going to introduce you to Facebook ads. Now, if some of you have any questions, you can certainly ask them. I might just leave it to the end because we've got quite a lot to get through and I'm quite happy to take questions at the end. We call Facebook ads interruption marketing. You are literally scrolling your newsfeed, an ad pops up, and the name of the game is for your viewer to think that's meant for me. That is meant for me. That is me. I need to click on that. So there's ways of creating that urgency, that passion to click on your ad. There's also ways of targeting your right person. Okay, so we call it interruption marketing. It's very clever ways of getting to your people in the right way and giving your message in the right way. So just to show you the results that I get from my clients, this is actually Sanderson Windows within a 2-week period, we had 49 leads coming in at a cost of £440. Now, I did work that out earlier, and I think that was about £9 a lead. Now, in this industry, that's really good because we're selling high value items, and we won't get better than, that's quite a good lead cost. That's somebody's name who's interested in what you're offering. So that's a good price for a window company. We've got tray style windows. Their results were coming at £9.95 a lead. Now, when we switch them on, this is a week period, as you can see from the graph below. It costs £160 to get those leads. And I'll show you the results we're going to expect out of those in a minute. Okay, you might think that's a lot of money, but it's not really. It depends on what you're selling. So better deal windows, a bit more expensive in a more competitive area. 11 results coming in a very short period of time. £138 spent at £12.60 a lead. Now, I just want, for those of you out there may not know what a lead is, I'm not going to, undermine you, but I really need to stress that a proper lead is a proper person interested in what you do. Okay, you've got the details, you contact them straight away, a proper lead. We're not interested in cost per click, we're interested in a cost per lead. So a Sell Clean, I've worked with various industries. This was a cleaning company in London. She was in a very competitive area. We got her leads. We kept switching them on and off because she was part-time and she couldn't cope with them. You can see from the graph below, it's a bit staggered with gaps. £5.22 a lead. For what she was selling, she had a lot of services and a lot of expensive services like carpet cleaning and all sorts. So that was a good lead price. A restaurant, well, we actually got about 90 leads in a very short period of time. We had to switch them off because they couldn't cope, but that was £2.12 a lead. So be aware that different industries have different lead costs. A restaurant would not survive on a lead cost of £9, not like a high-end company. A restaurant, you're looking anywhere between maybe £1 to £3 a proper lead, and £2 probably about right. So I'll come on to that in a minute, but I'll just explain quickly now. Basically, everybody on Facebook generally likes to go for meals, so you're appealing to a bigger audience. Facebook knows the market you're appealing to, so it's not going to charge you too much for certain industries because they do know, they're very clever, what the lead cost should be in different industries. This is a client war room conservatory specialist, a very new company, started from scratch, literally within a very short period of time. 56 leads at £680. Now they're selling roofs, warm roofs, tiled roofs. So if you've got a conservatory, you have it glazed, but people do like to actually convert it into a tiled roof. Now he is absolutely over the moon about those results, and he is still a client of mine. And I'm working on all sorts to make him a massive success, which he is slowly becoming a rising star. Croydon osteopaths, 46 results. Now that was a really good lead cost for an osteopath because they got lots of upsells. £3 a lead. Okay. Now you thoroughly think, why I'm doing this? I want to show you that whatever industry you're in, this can really work for you. That's the reason. A nutrition company, £5.98 a lead. Okay, she was selling coaching services, which are quite high end. So that to her was a really good lead. And you can see that over a very short period of time. Okay, so that's got the message across. Yes, it can work for you, whatever niche you're in. So that gives you a good idea. And also, for those of you that really can't do much at the moment, apart from educate yourself, be aware that it's so much cheaper to advertise on the Facebook platform now. There is so much less competition. Everybody's literally pulled off. We're going through a crisis, they're pulled off, they don't want to spend money when they don't think they're going to get the clients. But I do see some clever business owners out there still advertising because they can still quote online and they can still pull in those people at this time, so we're ready when we go back. And I have spoken to business owners and they are getting literally half the cost of what they used to. So keep that in mind, that you could be one of those people that get your businesses out online right now and nurture those people into your kind of business, shall I say. So why use Facebook ads? Okay, that's what we're coming down to. Well, it's where everybody's at, really. We all are on Facebook. I assume we are, very few aren't. Over 2.2 billion active users a day. The average person spends a staggering 28% of his time online now. It's so targeted, it's unbelievable. Facebook is probably the most powerful platform when it comes to targeting your audience. We're not leaflet dropping here. We are not advertising in magazines. We are talking about laser targeting, and that's in terms of people's age, their interests, their behavior. And when I take you onto the platform tomorrow, you will be astounded at what we can actually target for. You can also retarget your website visitors. I do see a lot of companies out there, even big companies, that are not even retargeting their website visitors. If you're not, you're really missing out on a big trick here. If you get website visitors, you need to be putting the message in front of their eyes. They're called a warm audience because they kind of know you already. Now, if you're a business that's got a big database out there, you've got a huge staggering database of customers, you can literally upload that to Facebook and say, hey, Facebook, please target my customers or my prospects or people who have inquired, literally within a matter of half an hour. And not only from that, you can say, hey, Facebook, these are my customers. Please, can you find more people who look like these? So can you now see how incredible this is? Targeting, retargeting. Can I get a yes? Anybody sort of see how powerful this can be and is? That's why Facebook ads work. And Facebook knows more about us than we think. Okay, you may think whatever you've bought recently online, whatever you watch online, your likes, your interests, your dislikes, the groups you're in, they know everything. They probably know more about us than we know about ourselves. So they know who's out there and who they can target for your business. I'm losing my voice, sorry. It's very easy to track your return on investment. This is one thing I do love because I'm not a particularly organized person and I do like to know where my results are coming from. And I found it hard with other forms of advertising, and I know my clients do. So I'm not just the only one out there. It's a bit disorganized. Maybe you forget to ask people if they've heard of you. Facebook ads are so easy to literally look at what you've spent and what you've gained. It's a super quick way of getting those customers. So when this crisis is over, if you're looking for customers, you can switch on your ads and there will be a testing phase, but you'll still get results within days, within the first day. We're not waiting for SEO. We're not waiting for anything. It's super quick. I cannot stress that enough. And it's the fastest growing platform out there today, Facebook and Instagram for ads. And we use very specific, unorthodox methods. They're very legal, but they're a little bit unorthodox. And we're not just posting on your page. We're not boosting posts. It's completely irrelevant to that. Okay, take a breather. Right. Again, I have to cover this because I do not want to take you onto the platform unless you know what mindset you should be having with regards to Facebook ads. And this is 99% of why people just give up in the first couple of weeks. Their mindset is wrong. And I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to be fully open and aware what this is about and how you should be thinking about it. Because it's not just the technical side, which is pretty easy, but it's half of the battle is your mindset. So if you don't get this right, you're going to fail. So I'm going to cover it. You need a very open mind to testing and experimentation. Don't go and expect to put a Facebook ad out there and it's fully optimized, it's functioning brilliantly, and literally leads are flowing in. Okay, not realistic. You need to be willing to spend some money on testing. Okay, it's not wasting your money, it's investing to test, and you need to be weeding out the losers and then ultimately backing the winners. So over a very short period of time, Facebook goes through a testing phase where if you haven't given it any information, you haven't uploaded your database, it's got to work it out for itself. It's got your targeting that you've set your targeting, but it's also got to work out for itself what's getting you the best conversions, the best leads. And you need to be contacting those leads straight away. Okay, I do find a lot of my clients that they expect to get the leads and they might contact them two days later. We're looking at introduction marketing here, so you need to be getting that lead as soon as you possibly can, ringing, preferably within the first 15 minutes. We've all got bad memories, so I'll come back to that, but basically you need to be spend money on testing. Also, you need to be understanding the true power comes from nurturing these leads as well, because 30% of your potential clients, they may not be ready to buy yet. Now, that doesn't mean to say it's a wasted lead, a dud lead. you need ways of bringing those leads into a email campaign where you follow up with them on a regular basis. So when they are ready, they know where you are. So it's not just a lead, and if you don't think it's ready yet, you just chuck it in the bin. These leads build like a snowball. And basically you need to nurture them. So you need an open mind. So when your Facebook ads cost you a little bit of money and you may not get the best results, I'm going to teach you how to fine tune them so that you can get the best results. But just be aware it's not going to happen within the first couple of days. Understands that all leads coming through will not convert to orders. I get some people saying, well, I've got 50% of my leads that have only turned into appointments. Well, that's bloody good. Whatever form of marketing we do, you're not going to get 100% conversion. So let's go through an expectation of your leads. So just to say you get, I don't know, example, 30 leads come your way. Just expect maybe 50 to 60 may book an appointment to come and see you, or book an appointment, or they might buy your products or services, or ready to buy. So let's just say out of those 30 leads, you possibly got 16 to 18 qualified. The rest, they could be time wasters, there's no doubt about that. They may not be ready to buy, but you may get 16 that are ready and willing to see what you've got to offer. Now let's just assume then 50% of those qualified leads now become customers. So you might get 8 to 9. So out of those 30 leads, you could expect maybe 9 to become orders. Now that's the realistic view of your leads. Now that's good. That is good. I do get some people moaning, saying, well, I wanted to get like 15 orders. That's not realistic. It might be if your targeting is so laser that it's blown away, and also you are the best salesman or saleswoman and conversions are so high. Yes, you could. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm talking about typical results. And think about this as a 3-month snowball effect. So basically, first month your ads are running, you're going to be pulling people into your fold. The second month, you're pulling again people into your fold, but those people in the first month have now turned into orders. They might not have been quite ready at that point. So you can see from month 3, all the inquiries from month 1 and month 2 and month 3, they're snowballing and they're gradually building up momentum for you. And that's the way I like people to think of it. You're looking at a 3-month program here to really start getting a big snowball effect. And think about your business and upsells and cross-sells along the way. We all go to McDonald's and the famous saying, would you like fries with that? Well, that is made them, their money. That has made them their billions. It's not the standard product, the burger, it's the upsells along the way. So upsells, well, obviously maybe windows, you could look at triple glazing, you could look at acoustic glass, more fancy composite doors. There's better composite doors out there than your standard foam filled. Any industry like car dealers, they offer you upsells with paint protection, insurances, you name it. My son bought a car recently and I was literally blown away with the upsells. Honestly, it was incredible. They really know how to sell upsells. Amazon, whenever you go on Amazon, always do you get like all these people have also bought. So then you start thinking, I've bought that. What else have other people bought? So you start putting things to your basket. Airlines, how many people have, how many of you out there have booked an airline and you can pay more for extra leg room and you can pay more for baggage and then you can book your insurance. So think about your business. I mean, you might just, run a standard business, a flower shop, you might be an accountancy firm, an estate agent. There's always upsells to every business. People are always willing to pay more to go the extra mile. So is this right for your business? Yes, mostly yes, mostly yes. Unless you're selling a rare breed of frog, maybe not. You're not going to find many people interested in rare breeds of frogs. So yes, most people out there are in a business that have a good audience to sell to. Or maybe you're selling to a much, much older audience who may not be on social media. So if you fall in any of those categories, well, maybe no, but mostly yes. As long as there's a market and you can target it, it works on Facebook, and that's business to consumer and business to business. Examples, restaurants. Everybody likes a free dessert. So put an ad on Facebook, your targeting is quite wide. Okay, we can target still, but quite wide. And you're going to get a low cost per lead. Okay, but let's imagine restaurants have got quite an open targeting there. Windows or doors, maybe not so open, so we need to be more clever, like accountancy, like hairdressers. You know, who goes to the hairdresser? Are you going to target men or women? What age are they going to be? What styles do they like? You can target any industry at all. Now, you've just got to be more clever if you've got a certain niche and you're not appealing to everybody. Okay, I mean, hairdressers is a pretty open one actually, but again, you can target down to specific people. What I'm trying to say is you've just got to look at your market and are you an open market that appeals to everybody, or you more niche down? You know, are you appealing to homeowners only? Now, I'll just let you into a little bit of knowledge. You're not allowed on Facebook to target homeowners anymore. Again, it's discriminatory, which honestly, it's just upset a lot of marketers, including myself. But we found ways around it. Okay, there's always ways around everything. So all is not lost if you sell to homeowners or certain types of people. There's always a way around it. And let's get one thing clear. Yes, you need a Facebook page to run ads. But we are not concerned about the number of likes you have on your page. I don't care if you've got 1 like on your page or 3 million on your page. It doesn't matter in what we're trying to achieve. And it doesn't matter about the number of posts you've made. You might have had your page since 2014 and you've not posted for 6 years. It doesn't matter. So don't be put off the fact that you think, oh, well, I've got a Facebook page, but it's new, or, oh, God, I haven't posted for ages. Do not worry. That is the least of your worries. And I want to get this one thing clear. Many people confuse ads. They think we're going to go on their page, we're going to post something, and we're going to boost the post on their page. This is not like that at all. We're talking about a way more powerful tool than boosting posts on your page, because those I'm getting all tie-tongued. Those posts only appeal to your likes. Okay, we want to go outside the boundaries of your likes and appeal to a way wider audience. So the nitty-gritty. Okay, we've covered a lot of kind of philosophy stuff, how you should view these ads, why you shouldn't give up, and why I see so many people just pack it in. Nothing worth having. What's the expression now? Anything worth having is worth pursuing and putting a little bit of work in. Okay, so the nitty-gritty, setting up your account. Well, you'll be pleased to know that most of you out there, if you've got a Facebook page, you can do it directly from your page. So if you're just running ads for your own business, you can do it straight from your page. Now, I run an agency, so I need a Facebook business manager where I manage all my ads for my clients. And I'll be taking you on that tomorrow, because tomorrow is the real cracking day when we're going to create the ads in front of your eyes, show you the platform, what you need to look out for. I have to give this foundation today or else it just won't work. So if you are somebody who runs ads for other people, maybe you are, you need to be looking at Facebook Business Manager and accessing all your clients' pages. But I'm not going to harp on about that because I doubt I've got any agencies on this call today, on this webinar today. So the structure of your Facebook ads. Okay, can I just get a little bit of a breather now, and hopefully that everybody's following what I've said. If you put a yes in the chat box there. Has everybody followed? Mary says yes. Peter says yes. Okay, that's great. Right, so the structure of Facebook ads. Well, the top level is, this is where you probably need a pen and paper for this. So I would, or you can screenshot what I'm saying. The best thing I can do is send you a replay of this video. So maybe concentrate. If you're somebody who takes notes, that's great. If it makes you learn better, fantastic. So the top level is campaign level. Okay, so this is what you're trying to achieve as an overall objective. It sounds a bit techy at the minute, but it really is quite straightforward. The second level down is what we call the ad set level, and that's who you are targeting, your target market, whatever industry you're in. And the third level is your ad level. This is where we create your ads and we get real cracking ads out there for you, and you're going to create yourselves. So basically there's 3 levels: campaign, ad set, and ad level. So this is effectively what it looks like. It's when I take you on tomorrow, we've got the campaigns here, your ad sets there, and your ads there. Okay, so not that difficult, very, very clear to understand that bit. Now, the more difficult part that people get confused with is all these campaign objectives. Now, it's enough to put anybody off. You think, oh, good Lord, what the hell is all this? Well, it's not as hard as it seems, okay? And I'm only going to show you what you probably need to know. So I would, for you as a business owner, unless you're running courses, if you're selling online courses, it can be a bit more complicated. So I'm talking here about general businesses that sell to the public. It's pretty straightforward. So let's just not confuse you too much. We're not going to bother tomorrow with brand awareness or reach, and we're not going to bother with conversions. These are a lot to do with e-commerce sites. Unless you run an e-commerce site, you probably won't be using the conversions. What we're more interested in is traffic and lead generation. Okay, so I'm going to run through these ones here. Traffic is where you want your visitors to visit your website. You target your website. Okay, now great practice is to put a pixel, a Facebook pixel, on your website. Again, it sounds a bit techie, but it's very easy to create a pixel. Give it to your web guy, he'll put it into the header code of your website, so you can, it basically it looks at people's cookies coming onto your site. You can retarget your website visitors. So traffic is revisiting people's website. Engagement is when you want to up your page likes, when you think, right, okay, my page likes aren't a bit down. Now, I don't generally recommend this because you can get clients without really upping your page likes. Okay, I have done it before. Yes, I upped my page likes. Did it bring a return on investment? No, it didn't really. My page likes look better. That was about it, really. App installs. Take it not many of you are developing apps and selling them online, so I'm going to ignore that one. Video views. This is quite clever, but I'm not going to show you this tomorrow. But if you've got videos out there, some people like to know how engaging their videos are, and they'll put an ad out and they can gauge what percentage of that video the viewers watched. So not particularly maybe relevant to all businesses, but I have used it before, and it's quite good to see how engaging your videos are, and you can retarget people who have watched 50% of your video or 95%, because it shows they've got more interest in what you do. Now, this is the biggie, lead generation, because that's what we're after. We're after leads, and that's what I'll be covering tomorrow, lead generation, proper leads. Messaging, that's perfect. That's a really good method. It's probably slightly for more advanced users. I've used it for restaurants before. It's where you set up your ad and literally people coming into the business, like pressing learn more, will enter what we call a messenger bot. So that will take them through a series of messages, automated messenger within Facebook Messenger. Now, as a beginner, I wouldn't recommend this. It's not really completely necessary unless you're a bit more advanced. So I'm going to cover traffic and lead generation. So do not look, I'm going to take you on there tomorrow, so don't be completely put off by the fact that all these things are there to confuse. We need to, traffic and lead gen. Okay, now this is a biggie. This is a biggie. Have I got any questions at all about that? Is anybody confused? No, okay. All right, I hope I'm going slow enough, and I'm taking it for granted that a lot of you are probably beginners to Facebook ads. I do apologise for those who've used them for a long time, but I have to cover, I put a questionnaire out there, what do people want to cover on this course, and I'm covering what all those results came back as, so exactly what I'm doing today. Okay, well, if I tell you a little story, I have had Facebook ads not approved. I've had accounts banned and shut down, and I regard myself as an expert now of how not to get your account banned. The way I liken it is, if you've got a teenage son or daughter, I've got two teenagers in this house, Facebook's like a moody teenager. You've got to tread very carefully around them, say the right things at the right time, and literally, if you don't, they can either ignore you or throw abuse in your face. I mean, if you've got teenagers out there, I think you know what I'm saying. So I call Facebook a moody teenager. Now, I'm going to go through the obvious, but it's so critically important because I do know most people have either had their ads disallowed or their accounts banned. Now, once you get your account banned, it's really quite hard to get it back. Now, I have got mine back twice, but I'm a bit of a master at this now. As a beginner, you won't be a master. Okay, that's the problem. So I need to teach you how not to get your account banned. And if you think this is like a bit of a boring lesson, this is probably the most important thing out of all of this course, believe you me, it's very painful when you run your ads and then suddenly they've stopped, and then it takes days for Facebook to get back, if at all. I do have a few tricks of getting around them now, but that's just years of practice. So the obvious ones, I hope none of you out there are selling illegal products, drugs, weapons, adult stuff, political stuff, even CBD. That's the low. Oh, I'm not an expert to this, but I do have somebody recently who they wanted me to run ads for them, and I can't, not allowed. Be careful. Obviously, I'm going to take, most of you are pretty legit companies selling pretty ordinary stuff. Now, if you just take note of this, I cannot stress this enough. And you might, I thought at the first, oh, why do I want to know about Facebook rules? So boring, but it really isn't. Honestly, it's painful when your account gets banned. It literally sends you to floods of tears. Believe you, I've been there. Okay, if your ad text doesn't match the image of your product, now it might sound obvious, but just say you're an accountant and you've got your services being advertised to business owners, and you've got a picture of somebody in a hairdresser. Now, this might sound strange, but a lot of people out there, some of my clients think, well, let's put on a quirky image, just to get people's attention. No, don't. Put your image to match your text. Sounds obvious, but I see it happen all the time. Got to match. They won't allow it. And honestly, they know you're up to some trick. They do not like people who trick them, and they're so unbelievably clever. Okay, what we call the landing page. So say your ad is clicking, learn more. You've seen those ads, haven't you, where click, get offer or learn more. You're then taken somewhere on Facebook, and many people choose to get taken to a page on their website. Now, if that's not functioning fully, or it just doesn't work, you'll get your ads not approved. Now, that may seem no big deal, but if you keep getting your ads disapproved, they will shut your account down. They'll think this person doesn't know what they're doing. They shouldn't be on here. Get them off. So they will ban. So just be aware, you have to have a checklist. And I do give you a checklist on what to look for before you even run your ad, so that you are in your best chances not to get it disallowed. Wrong privacy link. Again, I've seen this. I've done it myself. Put the wrong privacy link. They do not like that. Honestly, you're tricking them. Don't like it. You'll get your ad disapproved. So be aware, you do have to have a privacy policy on your website to run ads. If you haven't, you can Google typical privacy policies and get your web guide to put one on, but that's a must. And at the moment, if you're going to take my advice and use the platform to get your businesses out there in this very cheap time, and nurture those clients, upload your lists, whatever you do not use the word Corona or COVID-19. They do not want any scaremongering. You're best to use things like in this crisis time, or in these tough times. People know what you're talking about. So really, you'll get your ads banned, and the more ads you get disapproved, you get your account banned. So go on to, okay, misspelling there. It should be facebook.com/policies/ads/prohibited. So go on there and you will find all the rules. I'm not going to go through them all today because you'll be asleep by the time I finish. So go on and have a read. Honestly, it's the best thing you can do before you even start. Really, really trust me on that one. Don't make any exaggerations or false claims. They hate money-making ads, and they hate health ads. They are on the watch out for anybody claiming that you can lose a stone in a day or you can make £1,000 in a minute. They literally will ban your ad without even looking at anything else. Not ban your ad, they would disapprove your ad. Or really, I've seen people even get the whole account shut down, just making these unrealistic claims, even on one ad. So don't make any claims at all that you can do anything as quickly. It just doesn't seem realistic, especially health and wealth markets. Okay, your ad and its contents must match your landing page. So I'll cover this tomorrow where we show your ad. So when people click on your ad, they want a very similar experience when they come to your landing page. They want to, they literally really want to be in their minds, reflect your ad and reflect it in your landing page. It could be the same image in your landing page, the same text. Just literally, they like to see continuity. And it adds to your relevance score, which I will be covering as well. And the more relevant your ad is, the cheaper your ads become. Okay, so always make sure your ad matches the landing page. Now, this might seem a little bit long-winded, but I really honestly like you to read this, because this is the majority of cases why people get banned off Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to read it out. It's discriminate I'll just minimize my screen. Discriminate or encourage discrimination against people based on personal attributes such as race, ethnicity, color, national origin, religion, age, sex, orientation, gender, family status. Right, that might seem very long-winded. I took this with a pinch of salt to start with, much to my detriment. So I did get my account banned because I kept putting ads out there, which I thought were fine. And it wasn't until I really did my homework, I realized why my account was banned. I was ignoring their advice. So I'm going to tell you what I mean by this. Now, what I mean is you cannot target, or in your ad, you cannot say, hey, everybody, this is for overweight business owners or gay nightclub owners or rich entrepreneurs. You are being discriminatory, can't say that one. You're discriminating against certain people, okay, whether they're gay, overweight, rich, poor, homeowner, you name it. You cannot call out people. So just say, example, in fact, this is a Facebook example. If you're running gay cruises, it's fine to say Atlantis Gay Cruises, because that's what you are, but you can't say, are you gay? You can't say meet other lesbians now. It's calling out to those people, which seems discriminating. But you can say gay dance clubs. I'm going to go on a bit about this a little bit, because tomorrow you'll see why. There's ways around it. So you cannot say, these are my own examples I thought up actually yesterday. I've thrown this course together very quickly for you in these times. So you cannot say, if you're a pregnant woman who is finding it hard to find stylish clothes to wear, instead you could say pregnant women tend not to have the choice so much on stylish clothes to wear. Can you see the difference? The first one, you're calling out to those pregnant women. If you are a pregnant woman, you're not allowed to say that, okay? But you are allowed to say pregnant women tend to not have the choice, because there's a big difference. Anybody scrolling through are not going to feel that it's targeted at them. They will stop because they think, well, I'm pregnant, that ad's for me. But you're not actually saying, you are a pregnant woman. There's a subtle difference. So another example, Asian business owners, like calling out Asian business owners, you're more likely to succeed at, okay? Your ad will not be allowed. But you can say Asian business owners all over the UK are more likely to. You're generalizing, okay? And I really can't. I've had so many painful days where my account's been banned, and I've literally wondered, even when I was running a lead agency, the whole account was banned, and my clients wanted their results. I couldn't deliver them anymore. So I just cannot stress this. Also, do not use the word you. You can and you can't, but just try it and avoid it. Just be on the safe side. Do not use you. Do not use we, us, or are. So, example, are you getting married this year? In that case, you need, our amazing wedding photography services. Instead, more subtlety. Getting married takes a year to plan and a day to enjoy, and a lifetime to remember. We offer crisp, vibrant images here at Crystal Photography. So you can see the first one is calling out to people getting married. The second one, it is still, but you're not actually blatantly doing it. Okay, so I hope that's clear. I've tried to come up with ones that are so obvious. Another example, are you a homeowner looking to replace your windows? You're not allowed to say that, okay? You're calling out to a homeowner, that's discriminating, okay? In Facebook, that's discriminatory. So instead, replacing windows and doors is one of the biggest investments that any homeowner will make. Absolutely fine, because it's true. So there you go. And also, to get your ads approved, they won't be approved if you've got too much text in them. Facebook's a platform where we're all socially engaging. We don't want to see ads with loads and loads of text. It's not what Facebook is about. We like natural images. We like to see, we don't want to be reading all this text. It looks too commercial. Facebook are trying to fit in with the natural flow of the social platform. So do not put 20%, no more than 20% text in ad images. And there's a really good tool that I use all the time. And if you go on to social-contests.com/check-image, you will get a recording of this, so you can watch this again. But if you want to take that down, you can literally go on, upload your ad or upload your picture, and it works out for you when you've got 20% text, because it's very hard to gauge exactly. Okay. And also images, you can use stock images. There's a company out there called Shutterstock. iStock photo. Yeah, you can buy them, but we're talking about natural. People like natural photos out there. They're going to be more likely to stop at a natural photo than maybe this guy with his six-pack. The first one's allowed because you're not kind of emphasizing his six-pack, okay? The second one won't be allowed because it's literally saying this is the result you'll get. It's making a claim almost. So it's almost a claim photo. So they don't like it. It's taken up too much of the image. And the one below, this woman with those big jeans on, that's making another claim. Like, I used to be this size, but you can be this size. It's just too in people's faces. They don't like any claims at all. It's all about user experience. But the one on the bottom left, yes, it's allowed. It's a natural photo, just people running. It's not making any claims. Okay, so I've lost my slides. Hang on. Here we are. So I hope that's clear. We'll be going over this tomorrow. So what I want to recap on is, this is a recap. We learned what we can be doing in our business right now. We can be engaging. We can still be quoting. We can still be doing things for our clients, doing Skype calls. We can be educating ourselves. And we now are also aware that this suits nearly all businesses, no matter what business you are in, business to consumer, unless you're appealing to a very old audience or you're selling something abstract that maybe what 0.1% of the population are interested in. We've looked at your mindset to ads. We're not going to set them up and then give up after a week because it isn't quite working for you. For a start, I think that's childish. And also, I feel that, you know, you're in this for the long run. You've got to give it time. And you're going to spend money. You might think it's wasting money, but it's not on testing. We've also looked at the results to expect. And also, you know, basically, you're not going to get 100% conversion. Reality is 50% good leads, 50% of those, again, converting to orders. I've also massively covered how not to get banned. And if anything you remember from this webinar today, I'll just go and look at Facebook's terms, know them like your back of your hand, know how not to get banned like the back of your hand. And I'll be covering that tomorrow when we write our ads and we go on and we choose our images. You'll see exactly how I'm overcoming all their kind of moodiness. And also I'm going to cover the correct wording to please Facebook, which we've done, but the examples, we've covered that today and I'll be doing that tomorrow. Images are a massive part of Facebook, so we're going to be covering carousel ads, video ads, picture ads, ones that work, ones that stop people in their scrolling on Facebook, images that work and what you should do with your images. And also we're going to go into more detail about all the settings within the campaigns, the ad sets and the ad structure. And we've covered campaign objectives, but it will become clearer on the call tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I'd also like you to join our group. It is a brand new group. If you search up Zing online, I'll be putting tips and tricks in there on a regular basis to help business owners like you. And I'd love you to join because I'm going to put some great content out there, and I'll also upload these onto the group as well. Okay, well, I've been going on for an hour now, so I'm going to take any questions at all. Okay, so if anybody got any questions out there. One thing I didn't say actually is tomorrow. Okay, let's go through tomorrow. I want you, this is so crucial. If you come on today and you spent an hour with me today, you really need to come on tomorrow because we'll be setting the accounts up, we'll be setting the ads up, you'll be looking over my shoulders, and I'll be showing you right down in the trenches what really matters the most to make these work for you. So I really want you to be there. You'll be doing yourself an injustice if you're not there. Okay, so be there with me tomorrow and you will learn so much. So I'm happy now to take any questions you may have at all at the end of an hour talking. I think an hour of listening to me is plenty. Okay, Mary's asked, does this work for local business? Yes, it is really meant for local business. In fact, local businesses, the ads are way easier to run and less fussy than a national business. We'll be doing it for a local business tomorrow, so it's the easiest form of advertising to actually do. Oh, okay, I've got an estate agent here asked, will this work to get sellers and buyers? Will this work? Okay, You mean sort of people selling the house and people also selling the house and buying? Yes, it really works for estate agents. I mean, in fact, tomorrow I could show you some estate agent ads actually, couldn't I? Yes, it does. Yes. Yeah, they're a way of appealing certain people out there who are looking to buy and looking to sell. So yes, I know estate agents do use certain lead generations, like obviously Rightmove, and in America they use Trello. But they're a bit non-exclusive, these Rightmove sites. I mean, everybody's on there, but if you're an estate agent and you run ads, you are literally running them for your own business. So these leads are exclusive to you. How much do Facebook ads cost? Well, that is a very sort of general, a very difficult one to ask. You can throw as much at Facebook ads as you like and as little as you like. I mean, I would suggest when you're starting out that you probably work on, some people start as low as £10 a day on your ads. And we're going to go on tomorrow and I'm going to show you how to divide that in between what we call split testing, setting up a couple of ads. So obviously £10 a day or £20 a day is good to start. But when you found your winners, you then can put more money behind it. So the more you throw at it, but you can't suddenly increase your ad spend. Facebook don't like that. They don't like you suddenly going from £20 a day to £200 a day. That flags up a warning in their system. So yeah, again, you've got to be very careful. Okay. So yeah, any more questions at all? No. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that's given you a grounding for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the biggie. That's where you're really going to learn how to set these up for yourself. So thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate your time. And I will see you tomorrow when we're going to set up some live ads and show you the metrics that you need to be looking at and what really you need to do to get these ads working for you. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Take care and have a good day.